All right, for every light novel and anime fan out there who really, truly understands the pull of a good story, we've got one for you today. This is a tale about a love for books so deep, so profound, it didn't just shape a life, it led to its final, unbelievable chapter. It all starts with this one simple, absolute truth. Urano Motosu loved books. And I mean, this wasn't just a hobby or some casual interest. Her love for books was the very core of her being. It was the foundation of her entire world. And we're not just talking about one genre here. Oh no, her passion was staggering. It was all-consuming. Psychology, religion, history, science, you name it. For Urano, books held all of human knowledge, and she was absolutely determined to devour every single word. Her connection, it went so much deeper than just the words on a page. It was completely sensory. That distinct smell of an old library, the scent of fresh ink, just being surrounded by books was enough to fill her with this pure, almost intoxicating joy. So yeah, this obsession, it basically became her entire identity, what you'd call the bookworm's life. It wasn't a quirk. For her, books were a necessity for survival. She'd be reading while walking, in the bath, constantly. People would call her that weird bookworm and tell her it was damaging her life. But for Urano, it was her life. But here's the thing about a love that intense. It can have consequences. This is where her devotion becomes dangerous, where her passion turns into peril. And believe me, this story is about to take a very dark turn. Just try to picture the scene, okay? A huge truck comes rumbling past her, spewing exhaust. The wind is whipping at her hair. And Urano? She doesn't even notice. She pays it absolutely no mind. Her entire focus, her only concern, is holding down the pages of her book so she doesn't lose her spot. She is completely, totally oblivious to the mortal danger that's just inches away. Thank goodness for her childhood friend, Shu. He's like her only anchor to reality. He's that voice of reason who literally has to pull her out of the way of disaster, and his words are just this desperate plea for her to just look up from the page for 1 second. But Urano's reply is, man, it's just chilling. This isn't a joke to her at all. She says this line with all the weight of a sincere, deeply held wish. To her, the only death that would even be acceptable is one caused by the very thing she loves most in this world. And this right here, this was their fateful disagreement. On one side, you have Urano's wild, fantastical wish for reincarnation just so she could keep reading forever. And on the other, Shu's blunt reality check. Life ain't that convenient, moron. The tragic irony of it all is it's just almost too much to bear. And so we arrive at the climax, a fateful wish granted, because as they say, you should always be careful what you wish for. Some wishes, they actually come true. So she gets home, and where's the first place she goes? Straight to her personal sanctuary, the book storage room her father left behind. It's a fortress of paper and ink, just packed with bookcases on all sides. This, for her, is the safest place in the entire world. It's her personal heaven. She sits down in her chair, not even looking up from the book she's holding. And then it begins. A low rumble. Her vision starts to shake. It's an earthquake. But what's her first reaction? Is it fear? Panic? Nope, not even close. It's annoyance. The shaking is harder than usual, and you know what? It's making it difficult for her to read. The interruption is what bothers her, not the fact that her life is in imminent danger. So, completely frustrated by this inconvenience, she finally tears her eyes away from the page. Her brows furrow in irritation, and she looks up. And what she sees is just overwhelming. Her entire world, her whole vision is consumed by books. Books that are tilting, sliding, falling from the shelves. Her sanctuary, the thing she loved most, has just become the weapon that's about to end her. The final moments happen in this horrifying blur. A bookshelf tilts. Heavy books start tumbling through the air. And just like that, an avalanche of paper and ink rains right down on top of her. There's no time to react. There's nowhere to go. With her eyes wide open, completely unable to dodge, she is buried, crushed beneath the immense weight of her greatest love. Which leaves us with one final, haunting question. What happens when a bookworm's deepest wish to die in an avalanche of books is granted in the most brutal, ironic way you can possibly imagine?
And maybe more importantly, is this truly the end of her story?